Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Daylon. Thank you, thank you for everyone who has been subscribed to this channel. I know I haven't been on here for a while, but I literally have been just like studying for some exams and just pretty much focusing on myself. There's a lot of things that I realized that I need to take charge in to manifest, and I'm not manifesting. So whatever I'm getting and I'm not satisfied from is purely coming from me. So there's a lot of work that I had to do on myself. In this video, I really want to talk about a topic that I think is interesting and is growing: monogamous relationships. It seems like a lot of people are depending on society to tell them how to live their lives and how to be in relationships, and those relationships are not working out. It also seems that a lot of people are looking to celebrities to be labeled as goals relationships, not knowing what's going on in the back end of their relationship. So with that being said, I just want to say that I've been in a lot of monogamous relationships, and I recently started to entertain the idea of polyamory and even polygamous relationships. Now, a lot of these things that I'm like, these kind of relationships, I feel like I could only get into it with a certain type of man that has a certain type of mindset. Now, I don't want to limit myself to certain type of people. Is to be clear, it's a certain type of mindset. Like, you need to be mature. You need to be spiritual. You need to be aware. You need to know the benefits and the energies of a masculine and feminine. Either it pertains in both aspects of what's in you and also what's in your partner. You know, and not the fake woke stuff, not just what you read, but really something that you practice and something that you really want to wholeheartedly go into, because this is something that you believe that it will work for you. And even if it doesn't, at least you're willing to try, you're open-minded, and you want to experience something other than what you have been experiencing, which has not been working. You know what I mean? So I find it interesting that a lot of people are putting this whole thing on Will Smith and Jada about their relationship. And it's like, y'all don't know what their relationship was like from the beginning. So even me, I always felt like, oh, Will, and Jada, that's where I want to be. And to a certain extent, for the fact that they could have that kind of conversation on that red table, I would like that kind of component in my situation. But I want you guys to understand that you have the power to create whatever relationship that you want. You don't need to follow what society tells you to do. If monogamy is not working for you, guess what? Maybe you should try something else. And not to say that it'll work for you, but at least it beats staying on the beaten path of insanity. Keep doing something over and over again and it doesn't seem to be working for you. I think when we start to entertain the idea and understand the power that we have within ourselves, like we could really break through the glass ceiling of what we think we have to abide to. A lot of these relationships, they're not working for you because you have subscribed to them by what you see other people are doing, and you're not listening or following your own intuition. And you're also scared because you haven't seen it. You haven't seen the desired outcome of what you want in your mind. You haven't seen it. This goes along with the blind faith thing, right? If you don't see it, you don't believe it. So if you don't see it, how can you manifest it? But we're trying to tell you, and even myself, I'm telling myself, this video is for me too. I'm trying to tell you the law of mentalism. You have to see it first, manifest it, and then you'll see it out. You have to see it in your mind first, and then you'll see it out in your reality. You have to manifest it in your mind, law of mentalism, envision it, imagine it, whatever word you want to use. Keep imagining it, keep envisioning it, be in it. Experience the feelings of what it would feel like to be in it. Experience the adventures of what you would be doing, and then that'll come out. And I can say that for a lot of things. I've envisioned me writing. I've envisioned me starting a fitness page. I've envisioned a lot of things that I want to do, and they come to fruition because I've had it in my mindset of what I want it to look like. Experiencing it, oh my gosh, it'll be so dope to have like a book release party with my peoples and and I did just that. Like, who said you could actually really be with one person for the rest of your life? You don't know what the rest of your life is going to look like. The rest of your life might end tomorrow. The partnership with you and that person, their life might end tomorrow. So now, was that the only person that you would want to be with? That you said to yourself, I will only be with no matter what? You're limiting yourself to love and experiencing, the biggest expression of love by limiting yourself from experiencing different partners. And I'm not saying go out here and be a hoe. I'm not saying go out here and just give yourself to anyone. Discernment is going to play a huge role here, because a lot of us who are awakened and have a little bit more knowledge or spiritual awareness or in tune with ourselves, it's a little bit more difficult, more challenging to be in partnerships, especially if those people are not on the same type of frequency. They're not on the same brainwave. They're not on the same understanding and awareness. If they're not in tune with themselves, if they don't have a spiritual practice, or it's very tough. It's already challenging enough. And I'm not surprised the more people that are breaking up. I don't care how long and how great it looked. I'm not surprised, because nothing is meant to last forever. Nothing good is meant to be forever. It's meant to be experienced and let go. Perhaps you could experience it again with someone else. You could even experience moments of it with yourself. But it's not to be held on to. It's going to turn into, water and stuck in a creek. It's going to collect dirt and mud and bugs and a whole bunch of things. And it's just not going to be, it's just going to be stagnant. It's going to be dead. It needs to flow like water. Now, I'm talking all this like I know this for a fact. I'm not saying I know this for a fact. I'm just saying I think it's best for us to start opening our minds to these kind of conversations. That way we could start experiencing these things together. Once women can stop trying to use men for certain things like money or power or fame, and men can stop trying to use women for their money and power and fame, or just using them for sex, we could actually start having deeper conversations about what it is exactly that we can create here and what we're doing here. But the more that you guys are being stuck on this physical plane, just focusing on getting a nut, not only are you releasing your vital force energy, you're not even doing what you're meant to do. Now, granted, a lot of people are not even here to do the same kind of work that you're here to do. A lot of people are not spiritual beings. A lot of people don't even understand what it is to meditate or to sage or to rock crystals or look at you like you're crazy. Just know that those people are not the ones that are meant to be with you. This is where discernment comes in. Now, I'm not saying I'm not capable of being in a monogamous relationship. I have been, and I wouldn't mind to. I'm just saying I need to be in something, or at least I think the best way for these kind of relationships to really have longevity is when we can truly express ourselves wholeheartedly without any type of agendas, without you trying to get one up or you trying to control this or control that, thinking this is your P and this is your D. Like, we're not doing any of that. You're mature. You understand that you don't belong to anybody, and anyone can go at any moment, at any time, even you. Nothing belongs to you. You're only here to experience things, including love, including relationships. So let's say you get into a relationship and you have a child with this person. It doesn't work out 4 or 5 years later. Don't be bitter about it. Don't think you're a statistic. Think of it from a higher lens, from a higher perspective. Understand that this was an experience. Perhaps you had to come together with this person to have these children. I think for a long time I never really believed in the forever thing, white picket fence and stuff, and I think that's why I never really manifested it or whatever. Whenever I got into a situation, it never lasted that long. I think the 2 relationships that I've had that lasted 5 years, they both ended. However, one, I'm still very connected to that person, and sometimes we ask ourselves, like, how is that possible? And we understand now that it's deeper than just relationship. It's really love. It's really the connection that you have with someone. So if you can have multiple type of connections like this with multiple people, it's only right that I think that I'm not saying it's okay to have multiple relationships. If you do decide to go that route, the best thing is for everyone to be on the same accord and to be aware of it. Don't come into this thinking that I'm going to do me, and you're not going to know about it. No, everybody should, be able to have the information to make the choice for themselves. And then let's not even talk about physiologically. Women, they have were able to have children for 9 months, and men, they could keep on having children. You know, you could put 100 women in the room and they could get all 100 of them pregnant. There's a lot of different aspects to this, and I'm not about to go here and try to like go back and forth with that kind of conversation. However, I do believe in individuality. I do believe in community as well. It may sound like double entendre or whatever they say. Like it's kind of like not in agreement with one another, but they both work together. I can't be the best, and I can't be the best partner to you if I'm not an individual first. You know, I can't be of use or help to my community if I don't stand and have my own foundation of who I am and what it is I'm providing and offering. So I think that's very important for everyone to have. So yeah, I get it. You know, women have to be pregnant for 9 months, and men, they could go. I get it. All the arguments for men in this patriarchal society that we are moving out of, they all stand valid to you know, its argument. Of course, they're gonna have their things in agreement to their arguments. Let's not even talk about parthenogenesis for women, all right? That's a whole nother conversation. And if a lot of you don't know, parthenogenesis, you know, is pretty much the ability to impregnate yourself. A lot of plants do it. A lot of reptiles still do it. It's been known in some research that women were able to do it centuries ago, thousands, probably millions years ago. We probably lost that ability, obviously, because we're just not operating in our godhood-like self. The environment is different. There's a lot of things that is limiting us from being able to operate in such mode. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that men and women cannot come together and work together and truly build something. And I'm not saying, you know, all skin folk is kinfolk, but I am saying once you find that community and those people that truly care about you, maybe you could start having conversations about how you guys can grow together and maintain that tight foundation that you guys have. Most of the time, you probably have already known these people over 10 years. I just think it's funny because a lot of us are awakening now, so I know we're moving into a more open-minded type of situation, but I think the way that I think and the way that a lot of us think, a lot of these people that I watch on YouTube that are awake and conscious, you know, the Bobby Hemmids, the Brother Panics, the Jewel Pukram or Miss Blue or Dr. Delbert Blair, you know, all of the ones that are sharing information, the more that the information will come out, and the more people will get attuned to it, and the more the shift will happen, you know. So I think it's a dope conversation to have. We can actually start getting out of our ego and start to like really build something more powerful. We're worried about our children being not having any guidance or anything like that, but we're the ones that are primarily the first ones to offer that kind of guidance, especially within the first 7 years of your child's life. I strongly believe the 7 years are in association with the chakras, and if you don't cultivate those chakras and guide those children in the best way, or heal them, or actually help them be themselves, or show them how to do that, after that they'll just repeat the traumas that was in association with each of those age years, or traumas that they've obtained within those years over and over. Like whatever happened to you at 7 or 6 or 5 or 4, if it was a trauma, or 3, it'll happen to you 7 years later. So if something happened to you when you were 3, at 10 something else will happen to you that will trigger that what happened at 3, even if you don't remember it. At 17 something will happen. At 24, and I think these are just lessons, repetition, until you learn that was a trauma and you need to release it. It was just a lesson you had to learn. But a lot of us don't even know that. I didn't even know I had certain traumas up until maybe a few years ago. So imagine how many people that don't know they have the traumas, for them to even work on it. And everybody's getting in and out of relationships. We need to start having conversations for real. We need to start having like community conversations with our partners, family and friends. Like literally start being the change that you want to see. I really think that polyamorous, polygamous, monogamous, whatever, any of those kind of whatever. There's so many dominatrix. There's so many different type of relationships out there. You guys don't even understand, okay? There's so many types of relationships out there. But I think they all work for whoever wants it to work for them. So if that's the case, then that means that you can create whatever you want. If you want to have 2 husbands, if you want to have 2 wives, it can work for you if everybody's on the same accord, if everyone is open. It's not about, if you're in a relationship with 1 man and 2 women, the women must be weak-minded. Or no, maybe they have a better or bigger understanding of structure, of building a foundation, of understanding there's 3 brains, there's 3 pockets, there's 3 businesses, instead of the ego. Oh, she weak. And vice versa with the men. If there's 2 men and 1 woman, one is weak, or, one is beta or whatever. I was having this conversation with a friend earlier, and I was like, I don't necessarily think the other man has to be beta if they were in a 2-man, 1-woman situation. I think they just would have an understanding, or maybe they came to a certain point in their life after a few experiences that maybe they're like, you know what? Maybe they're not. There's a lot of men that, after a certain while, they're not into sex like that. They're into like more community, or they're more into their business, or they're more into like doing different things. Or maybe they understand that they can't offer their woman something. At least they know the person that will. Like, it's more of a friendship type of thing. It's more of a close friend type of thing. Like, I understand what it is. And their ego is not involved. I think once we start judging things based on the outside appearance, the minute you start to do that, you're in your ego. Because life is about experiences. Either if it's something that you're used to or something you've never seen. So the next time you guys just break up out of a relationship, don't feel so bad. Utilize this opportunity to really understand, or really think about what it is that you want. If you want union, a partnership, longevity, and monogamy hasn't been working out for you, maybe you find someone else who's monogamous and it will work for you. I'm not saying, there's only one way. I'm definitely not saying that there isn't only one way. There's whatever way that you want it to make it. Be open-minded to perhaps other type of relationship bonding. Stop going straight for, we're together now, let's get married. Or like maybe start thinking about, okay, like let's start a business, or let's rent some homes. Or if we're going to have a child, let's get like some live-in wives or live-in partners, or start with like living nannies or whatever. Just start experiencing different kind of things to open up your mind. Think about what you want and what you need in your union, and then finding ways to create that. I'm just going off the top of my head because these are things that I'm thinking about. But a lot of people are weak-minded, so you have to be very discerning, and it's kind of challenging because a lot of people come in sheep's clothing, and they're really wolves, especially if you're an empath, if you're a spiritual being. You have to find, the same kind of energy, and as long as you're giving that out, it'll come to you. You don't have to worry about going to look for it, but you have to both be open-minded to expressing that. You might attract the right person for you, but because they've been hurt, they're looking at you like, I don't know if this is all you want from me. Or because you've been hurt, you're looking at them like, look, I'm not trying to go through this again. You're both blocking each other's blessings, and you guys are each other's blessings, and you don't even know it. Y'all can't really trust one another. It's like one-upping each other. Sometimes, even after doing all the work, even after trying to just be open-minded to experience, or to let another type of person come into your life to be your partner or your love partner, your life partner, whatever it is, sometimes it doesn't work out still. But if life is really about experiencing, I don't think you should just keep closing yourself off. I don't think you should close yourself off at all. Because it's almost like a trick. The minute you close yourself off, that's when it comes in. But you're closed off. And the minute you're open up, a lot comes in. But now you're like worried because it's like, whoa. I think it's just about experiencing. Not trying to get to a goal. Marriage, kids, not trying to get to that. Just seeing what it is right now. Just flow. Like Esther Hicks says. Like all of those Abraham Hicks, and they all came from like ancient African knowledge anyway, but whatever gravitates to you, whatever resonates to you, listen to that. Listen to, if it's working for you, do that. Don't let anybody else tell you not to do it because this is this and this is that. No. If it's working for you and you're getting the same result, do that. We're all connected in some type of way, further beyond the physical body, beyond the ego. And once I could break out of that and just really experience life for what it is, you don't know how many times I said I'm not going to do something. Every time I say I'm not going to do something, it presents itself to me where I have to do it. And you know what I've learned? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is my intentions. And my intentions are never negative. They're never negative. So if my intentions are negative, I need to really just let go. So whenever you find yourself saying, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, that's not for me, be prepared, because you're about to learn that lesson. You're about to do just that. You're about to do just, oh, I'm not going to bleach my hair. Oh, something's going to happen. Oh, I'm not going to do this. Something's going to happen. I'm not going to do that. That's going to happen. And you know what life is trying to teach you? At least for me. To let go. Stop trying to limit yourself. Stop trying to think that if you do this. I remember when I turned vegan, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a lot more aware. And I became a lot more aware. I was like on it. I was astral projecting. I was straight juicing and doing Dr. Sadie's alkaline diet. Okay, so not only was I was vegan alkaline for like 3.5 years. And then I went to Haiti and I ate some fish, finally broke it. And I was like, oh shoot, I can't believe I just broke I think I'm going to get sick. I was like, I just broke, my vegan route, my vegan run. And I didn't get sick. And then when I came home, I ate a little bit more fish. I ate some lamb. I ate different things. And I was like, oh shit. I'm not going to get my dreams anymore. I'm not going to do this. And my friend, Kyle, was telling me that too. He felt the same way. And I was like, yo, I felt the same way. And the minute I started doing those things that I thought I shouldn't be doing, the minute anybody tells you should and shouldn't be doing anything, you're being put in a box. You're being put in a box. If we're energy, that means we are limitless. Why are you trying to put a light in a box? That makes no sense to me. The minute you say you're not going to do something, you're going to have to experience it, because life is trying to tell you to let go. Just to be clear, let go of what? Let go of control. Let go of control. Because you obviously think that you know.
Secure device.
You obviously think that you know what's best for you. That spirit telling you. You think you know what's best. Looking down at you like, look here, little one. Hey. You think you know what's good for you? You need to you see that seat? You see both of those seats? Yeah, take them. 2 of them. Take 2 seats. Let go of control. And I swear that's all I keep telling me. Let go of control. We're trying to set you free. You wanted to be set free. You've been meditating. You've been saying this over and over again. Allow yourself to set yourself free. Detach. You can only love yourself. No one else can love you the way you love yourself. No one else can love you. The minute I start focusing on myself and loving myself, that's when I start to attract everything else outside of me. The minute I start to focus on something else, on someone else, I get stagnant. I lose self-esteem. I lose momentum. And I don't know if it's a woman thing. I'm sure most women, you ever realize a lot of women that are successful, they're in a relationship? Now, this might not be true for a lot of people, but more and more I'm starting to see it. If a woman is not on her path yet, she's not doing her business, she's not focusing on herself, she's not doing what she's going to do, she's not going to find a partner yet. It's like you have to focus on yourself first before you find a partner. And it's not like your curse. It's just you can't get energy. How you going to get energy back to you if you're putting it out? You got to put it in you to attract it from within to get it. To get it outside of you. And it took me a long time to understand that, but it's better late than never. Right. No one can love you the way you love yourself. You have to love yourself. The relationship with yourself outweighs any relationship with anything and anyone else. So before you even talk about polyamorous, polygamous, or even monogamous relationship, that relationship with you have to be A1. You worried about security and think you're going to go work on security for yourself. You worried about you can't have fun. Have fun. Like I have fun by myself. I love meditating. I love being by myself. But I also, when I do find my partner, I also like to be with my partner. Not 24/7. But if you want my energy, you're going to have to give me some energy back. And it's not a tit for tat. It's just the natural flow of life. There's no way that I'm going to be all up on you and you're not even all up on me. That doesn't work. What are you talking about? What are we, 4? This video is mad long. I'm about to cut it. Focus on yourself. Love yourself. And if monogamous relationships have not been working out for you, especially if you're an empath or you're part of this spiritual community type of thing, you're becoming more aware, you're awakening, understand that this is going to be this type of path that you have to go through. Develop whatever it is that you want to develop. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That's my favorite quote by Napoleon Hill. And he's pretty much saying whatever work that you want to have, create it. Whatever life you want to have, create it. What kind of relationships you want to have, create it. And I have to work more on certain type of relationships, like family and friends, because I've been so focused on myself and business. I kind of been neglecting that. I'm gonna be real. Not all, but just the ones that are always there for me. So work on those. But I'm also like no type of full house chick. After a little bit, I'm ready to go because I need time to myself. That's just who I am. And I'm not going to compare myself to anybody else. Just because I think they're doing a great job, I'm going to be me. Because I'm comfortable with me. And it's not to say that I'm stuck in me. No, I see everything else that's going on. I just don't want to be fake. I don't want to be fake. And a lot of people can't handle that. And I understand. It's all good. But create your own life. Create your own relationship. Stop thinking society and these celebrities are going to show you the best way to be. I just heard earlier about Cardi and is getting a divorce. And everybody's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I saw that coming a long time ago. Please. And it's not to hate. I'm sure it could have worked. And I would love to if it did. And I'm sure they could be friends. They'll probably be even closer after this. They'll probably be even closer because now the demands of the relationship and what quote unquote you're supposed to do if you're the wife or the husband or this and that is out of the picture. Now you could just be yourselves. Could you imagine being yourself in a relationship? Oh my God. Don't say that out loud, Daylon. Be yourself. What? Nobody could be themselves in a relationship. That's preposterous. Inconceivable. But you should be. Individuality is important, not only to yourself, but to those around you. Especially those who's going to be around you or taking your energy. Either they're going in you or you're going in them. That's the best way I could have said that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry it took me a while to come back on. Let me know what kind of topics you guys want me to talk about. It helps me to have conversations than just to come up and freestyle. I like to listen to myself talk, but not that much. I'd rather have conversations, one-on-ones. All right, I can't wait till I hit 1,000 so I can go live. This page is gonna blow up after that. Trust. Watch, because I go back and forth. I see a comment. Oh, I could go in on a question. All right. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. I started a new fitness page. If you guys are interested, it's called Today's Wellness with Day. I'll put it in the description box if you guys want to look it up on YouTube. Other than that, I love y'all. I can't wait till we start building and opening up our minds and starting to talk about this. That way we can create. One of the reasons why I talk about these things is because I want to have these conversations with more people, create it, and see it in my reality. That's the main purpose of talking about this. We want to make a shift from low vibrational to high vibrational. With that being said, peace.